Welcome back to Design Bundles YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal, and today we are going to be using the new Cricut Card Mat for the Cricut Explorer 3, or you can use it on your Cricut Maker. I believe you can use it on any of the Cricut models, even the older Explorers, but now they've just made a bigger one. So before they'd only had one single card mat that you could purchase separately for your Cricut Joy, but now you can purchase it for your Cricut. So what's really exciting about this is you could create a whole line of cards at one time. So if you're somebody that loves and enjoys making cards and you like to stockpile those, or you have multiple occasions. So today I'm doing 4 birthday cards from one bundle, but you could definitely do all sorts of different things. But what's going to speed this up too is if, say for example, you are making wedding invitations or something like that, you're going to be able to really speed those up and do 4 cards at one time. So I'm really excited about it. So we are going to put this guy to the test using the Cricut card inserts. Now there is, these are the insert ones, but there is ones that are cutaway. So essentially it's kind of like weeding out adhesive vinyl. We have a video here on the channel if you want to check it out, but we can definitely put that to test later on the mat if you want to. All right, so jumping on over to designbundles.net, this is the bundle that I'm using today. It is super cute. It is the little birthday card bundle, and this is perfect for your Cricut Joy, but today we're going to be able to use it on our bigger Cricut machine. So I'm really excited about it, and it comes with multiple files. What's really cool about this one is it does come with a card insert for you. So if you want to cut out, for example, if you want to make a whole card and you don't even have these, it's going to cut the entire card out for you, and then you have your score line, and then it's going to even have an envelope for you as well as that insert. So if you don't have these cards already from Cricut, this is going to allow you to have it perfect with your card stock. But I'm going to show you how to delete some pieces to just utilize it with your card mat. All right, so we're using this bundle here, and as you can see, such cute ones. We're going to be doing this one today as well as the cupcake one. We're going to be doing, let's see, I want to say that I'm possibly going to do this one here or this one. I'm trying to decide. I really think I'm going to do this one here. And then you can see the envelope that you're going to be able to have. I'm going to do the birthday cake as well. And then once again, just kind of giving you some little inspiration there. But once again, you could use some pattern cardstock to really spruce those up as well. All right, so let's go ahead and head on over to Cricut Design Space. I've already uploaded my files, so we're going to go ahead and bring them in. So let's go ahead and grab our first one here, which is this one right here. I'm going to go ahead and hit Add to Canvas. So as you can see right now, the way that it's designed is it's actually going to cut an entire piece of cardstock is what it's going to do. You have your score line, it's going to put your little inserts and all of those things. But I'm actually going to get rid of all that. So how do we do that? What we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and click on this layer right here, the big piece of our cardstock, and then we're going to come down to contour. And so what I want to contour away is the big piece right here, and then we're going to hit exit, and it's going to leave us with the pieces we need. So what I'm going to go ahead and do as well is get rid of that score line, which is this one right here. So I'll go ahead and hit delete also. And then we are left with these pieces. Now, as you can see, I have a separate layer here, and then so this is 2 separate layers. So either I could, after my card mat, I could cut another piece of cardstock and have another layer on top if I want to. Or another thing that we can do is turn that into a draw file. Let me come right back up here, and I'm going to choose pen. So you can see now that's just going to draw on there for me. All right, so then we have our little cutouts and all of that. So let's go ahead and size this down. So to do so, I want to go ahead and select everything. So we're going to go over here. It appears, so let me go ahead and just hover over everything like this just to make sure I've got everything selected. Looks great. So now let's go ahead and measure how big we need this to be. And these are about 5.5 inches by 4 1/4. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure, let's start with just making this around 5 inches high. So I'm going to come over here to the height, and I'm going to go ahead and type in 5. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Hit 5 and enter, and that is going to give us 3.8 wide. So we'll go ahead and double check everything here. All right, and that looks good to me. So everything should stay nice and centered on here. So there is our very first one. So let's go ahead and move on to the next. And we're just gonna repeat the exact same process. All right, so now that we've inserted the next one, we're gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and select this layer here. We're gonna hit contour, and I'm gonna get rid of the biggest piece. All right, so I'm gonna select that big piece there. We're going to exit out of there, and it's gonna leave us with those pieces once again. What we're gonna go ahead and do is size this guy down once again. We're gonna go ahead and do that 5 inches high. We're gonna get rid of our score line there, and it's gonna leave us with these pieces here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that same process for our last 2 cards. All right, so we are ready to go. All of these are ready. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is I want to make sure they're gonna stay in the same area. So I'm double checking the pieces that need to be a pin. So we have those, we have our basic cut. This one right here we needed to get rid of, so just double checking. It's always good to run back through here. I think everything looks good, so just trying to make sure these things are together. So I'm going to go ahead and hit attach, and then making sure once again all of these pieces are together. I'm going to go ahead and hit attach on that one, and everything's good there. So now we're going to go ahead and hit make it. We're going to make sure our machine is on and ready to go. I'm going to tell it that it's on the card mat. So with the new update, you're going to notice that you have a few more options. So you're going to see where it says on the card mat. So we're going to go ahead and choose that one and hit continue. And then it's going to show us to insert our cards. And as you can see which side they're being loaded from. So this one is going to be from the left-hand side. This one also is from the left-hand side. You can tell because of that white gap right here. I know you would almost automatically think you would load them in the opposite directions, but then it would put your design on the back of the card, if that makes sense. So we're going to load everything from that left side, which I'll show you guys here in just a bit. So those are completely ready to go. It's showing you the material size and all of that. So then we're going to go ahead and hit continue, and then I'm going to choose the proper material. So today we're using the insert cards, so that's what we're going to go ahead and choose, and then we're going to load our mat. All right, so we're going to come over here to browse all material, and I'm going to type in card and hit enter. And then we should be able to see insert card stock, and then we're going to hit done. And now we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and load these on our card mat. Whenever you first get your card stock, your little inserts from Cricut, they're going to come in packages like this. It also does come with the envelopes. So as we said before, we're going to be loading these from the left-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And I'm going to make sure, because I'm using a green pen today, I don't want to accidentally use that on the blue ones here. So we're going to go ahead and load this onto this side, and before we do, we can go ahead and remove the plastic sheets here. All right, just like that. And then in between these 2 layers here, so right here is this little gap, we should be able to just put our cardstock right underneath there. So you may have to kind of help lift that just a little bit. And then we're going to just kind of guide that right there to the top, and then we're just going to insert that all the way over, and then you can just rub that right into place. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat that same process. We're going to set these aside because we're just going to insert these there at the end. All right, so now that we are ready to load this, what we're going to go ahead and do is load this right underneath those 2 white feet, just like so. And then we're just going to go ahead and hit that load button. So as you notice, there's a 2 different depths. So it's super thick. The mat is thick in the middle part, but it's not on the sides, and that's so it allows it to go underneath those white feet. All right, so now what we need to do is load our pins. So we're just going to open up this door right here. I always like to hold the bottom and then push in and then close just like so. So now we're going to go ahead and hit that go button. Now something that you're going to notice is anytime you have any sort of writing or drawing, your Cricut's going to want to go ahead and do that first, and then it'll do all of the cutting there at the end. Now today I could only find my green pen here at this studio. I have an entire shoebox full of Cricut pens, and today this is all I could find. So in case you're wondering why I did green, that's why. But what I love about the Cricut pens is they have gel pens that are in gold, you have silvers, you have glitter pens, you have more calligraphy, so whatever size tip that you want, there's a lot to choose from. And then there is also other brands of pens that you can normally fit in here as well. So if you guys want to see a tutorial on me using some other types of pens or markers in here, definitely let me know. We can get that done for you. So what we're going to go ahead and do is speed this up really quick, and then we'll get ready to put together our cards. Okay, so what's happening now? The Cricut has finished up drawing, so now it's going to go back in and do all of those cut lines. All right, so now that we're done, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to unload it. So what's really cool about this is most of the time you're able to just pretty much weed it as you're peeling it off. So you just wanna be nice and gentle and slowly start to lift this. So as you can see here, as we're lifting it, it's just weeding everything out for us. So you just wanna be nice and easy there, and then we can weed out whatever pieces we need to. I'm gonna go ahead and keep on going. And if anything's getting stuck, so I can see that I've got some paper here on the back, some cardstock that's trying to be a little tricky, we can go ahead and pick that up as well. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So that way it'll release there. Perfect. I'm gonna do the same thing to the next one. All right, there we go. Perfect. And then we're just going to go ahead and slide it out just like that. All right, so any of the pieces that we need to continue to pop out, we can go ahead and do so. And then I'm just going to take my scissors here for the ones that kind of got stuck to that mat and just go ahead and trim those away. You're not going to be able to see them anyways. And then we can go ahead and knock these out. Once again, just use your weeding tool if you need to. If there's any little pieces that are trying to hang up on you, we can get that weeding tool to finish popping those out. A lot of times I just kind of flick those little pieces as well, and that'll kind of help release it also. All right, so now, as you can see, the front looks gorgeous. So don't worry about anything in the back. So if anything hangs up back there. And so hopefully you guys can see that, how the Cricut wrote all of that out. Really, really cool. All right, so if you are anything like me, and when you go to do these, make sure with your little lines, so I'm off just a little bit. So where I need to insert these, if they're not lining up perfect, that's no problem because you can trim these things down. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get this out of the way, and then I'm gonna go ahead and trim off about a 1/2 inch on the top, and then I'm gonna also trim off about a 1/2 inch on the side. So now, when we go to pop these in, they should fit in there quite nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and do that there. And then I'll go ahead and pop in the bottom corners. So when I go to do this again for the bottom, I may just go ahead and take off maybe 1/4 and not a 1/2. It's still gonna fit in there nicely. You'll kind of figure that out. And there you guys have it. How amazing is that? So, so cool. Absolutely love the way that that came out. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly off camera put the rest of these together so we can check them out. And there you guys have it. How super cute are these cards? Amazing. So remember, with these inserts, you can definitely size them down. So if you do like me and these get off track, don't worry about it. So I think I did about a 1/2 inch on each side, or you could do 1/2 inch and then 1/4 inch to really make those fit, and it worked out perfectly. You can see where we wrote with that pen, and those inserts came out so cool. So all of these came from the same bundle. Look at how this butterfly just pops off here like so. It makes it so three-dimensional. It's super cool. Love the way that one turned out. The birthday cake, you could layer it up like it was with some extra cardstock or adhesive vinyl, or you can have your pen draw on it like I did here. Super cool. And then as you can see with that really cool cupcake, how amazing did that one turn out? I love each and every single one of these. So using that card mat is going to help us produce 4 times faster, if you will, especially if you're making birthday invitations, like I said, wedding invitations and things like that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.